So, on today's show, we're celebrating all things snowy. Hello.
Welcome to the show. And I must say, it has been cold over the last few months, to the point where some experts have even said it's been the coldest winter we've had for 30 years.
Yeah, it has been so cold, in fact. Then out in the Hara in the Highlands of Scotland, it got down to minus 22.3 degrees. And Aviemore, which is near Inverness, the snow was like half a metre high, which is about up to my big manly legs.
It is very deep, especially on your manly leg. But I'm sure so many of you have noticed the chaos that this snow has caused, to the point that you lot at home have had some days off school to go out and play in it. I'm jealous.
And you're not the only ones. Postmen, they should be delivering post.
Oh, no.
Oh, but they weren't. They were having a snowball fight. And the police, they're meant to be doing important things like policing, but these lads were caught on camera sledging down the hill on their shields.
I'm disappointed, policeman, frankly, I really am, but well done on the front, good work. OK, now, for our snowy show, we've come here to Hemel Hempstead in Hertfordshire. Sounds random, but it's actually -3, and we're indoors. Are you confused? Well, later on in the show, we'll show you how snow is made here all year round. Stick around for that.
Well, Andy, you know what? I just love the snow.
Do you?
I absolutely love it. I love snow facts. Did you know that? Snow is formed when frozen droplets of water in clouds cling to tiny specks of dirt. Hundreds of these, which are called ice crystals, join together to form snowflakes, which, if it's cold enough, stay frozen as they fall to the ground. Every snowflake is made out of at least 1 trillion tiny water molecules. That's a million molecules arranged differently every time. 2010 has seen lots of snow, but nowhere near as much as in Colorado in America in 1921. Nearly 2 meters of snow fell in just one day. That set a world record for the heaviest continuous snowfall. That's been unbroken to this day. There was a mini ice age across Europe which lasted for around 3 centuries. It only finished 150 years ago. It was so cold that even the River Thames froze. People held frost fairs, put up shops and played games on the ice. The world's largest snowman was actually a snow woman. She was built in 2008 in Maine, in America, and called Olympia. She was a massive 37.2 meters high. That's more than 20 of me. Talk about a snow-it-all.
You know what, there's some good facts. I'll let you off, they're not bad. But I've got some I think you can't even answer. I've got a couple of questions for you. Ready?
Love a game.
All right, here we go. Get ready. True or false? On the radio and in films, the sound of people walking over snow is recreated using cat litter.
That's just so true.
Ding!
That's obvious.
Second question, true or false? The largest snowflake ever recorded measured more than 30 centimetres across. Interesting.
I'm going to say true because otherwise it's a really good lie. If you...
Yeah, you're right, it's 38 centimetres. There aren't that great questions, are there? I need to talk to someone about this. Right, here is something you do not know, right?
OK.
I'm going to tell you how they make snow here all year round.
Yeah, I already know, but go on.
Oh, don't break these, don't spoil it. He does this to me all the time. Well, basically, technicians work all year round. There's some machines upstairs and they pump out cold air. And then that cold air is pumped into jets of water to create the snow. And then the snow is filtered out through pipes in the ceiling onto the ground. And then there's a little machine called the snow cat. And that goes over it and that smooths it out for loads of people to ski on. Very nice.
Wow. Yeah, I knew that.
No, you didn't. You're such a liar.
I knew that. Now, one place where they don't need to recreate snow is Vancouver in Canada, where in 9 days' time, the Winter Olympics will be taking place. 71 countries taking part in 15 different winter sports, from bobsleighing to ski jumping to ice dancing. And in homage to the Winter Olympics, me and Andy are taking part in our own little competitions. It's called Winter Rivals.
There are 5 events, and the loser has a pretty embarrassing forfeit. I'm not going to say more at this point.
But the winner will take home the prestigious Winter Rivals trophy.
Oh.
2 men, 3 weeks, 5 physical challenges. It's Winter Rivals. Competing in the blue team, it's Joel DeFries. On the red team, it's Ice Andy. They are going to be competing in 5 sports. Ice karting, broom ball, curling, sledging, and snow running. But who will be crowned Winter Rivals champion and take the ultimate prize in winter sport?
Welcome to Winter Rivals, round 1.
Oh yes, well, I'm a good driver. I've even given go-karting a go.
But with mixed results. There was that time you went rally driving on snow.
And I've even raced a truck.
Oh my God! Race, more like crash. Our first contest requires speed, power and control.
This is ice karting.
Ice karting is just as crazy as it sounds. It's driving a go-kart on slippery ice. And it's not just for fun, because it's so much more unpredictable than racing on tarmac. So it's a fantastic way for professional racing drivers to practice their skill.
Just like our karting coach, Jack Partridge. At 13, he is one of the top junior kart racers in the UK. And best of all, he's a Blue Peter badge winner. Jack is going to be our karting coach and get us up to racing standard. How long have you been driving for?
When I was 4 years old, my granddad built me sort of a toy kart, and I've sort of progressed on from there, and I'm now in junior TKM, where Jensen Button and David Coulthard progressed and made their reputation.
Kids got skills. So what do you think makes a good racing driver then?
Being ultra smooth, so you don't sort of jerk it into the corners.
Yeah.
So,
I'm well smooth.
Oh
Jack.
mate, come on.
yeah. So being physically fit, so you can cope with the distances in the races. When you're fit, you get better concentration, and that's the main thing.
Okay, I think
I'm really not that fit. Well, I've got no concentration.
As soon as you're not concentrated, that's when you make the mistakes.
Tough advice from Jack there. Let's see the master at work. But first, time to turn the ice rink into our racetrack.
Right guys, this is how I expect you to do the lap.
And he's off! He's go!
Oh, what's his technique? It looks really slippery. Oh, look.
What you meant about cornering there, that is so smooth.
He's really tight to the middle, isn't he?
Jack's getting great lap times and setting a high standard for us to aim for.
This is me being completely honest. I think you're going to win, but I'm not just saying that. I think I'm going to crash horrifically and sort of ruin the car.
I've learned not to underestimate you, mate. I'm going to take a different approach. Nice. Right. You did really well. Your top lap was 12 seconds, 21. That's really good.
Beat that!
Yeah, we might beat that.
You set the standard, man. It's time for us to take to the track.
Jack's lap was super fast at 12.21 seconds. Would Andy and I have any chance of even matching his skills? Probably not. So we need to get practicing. Our first time on the ice and off to a decent start. But nerves are kicking because Jack's watching us like a hawk. I want to impress him with my smooth driving.
You're not that smooth, Joel.
This is so difficult. I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's that corner again! Ah!
I'm the worst driver in the world.
All right, here we go. This is it. Joel's already spun out like twice. The great thing about this is about controlling your drift. It's also about staying close and not using too much. and not using too much steering.
Not again! Okay, practice time over. Time to get serious.
Every time I see him, he keeps spinning off. Oh man, I feel more comfortable with this. Oh, every time. He's such a little weasel. This is great.
Oh, not again!
It's spun out again.
Well, I was absolutely atrocious at that. Jack, what do you reckon?
Okay, that wasn't bad.
All right.
You could improve, like Joel, you could like spin less.
That corner every time.
Yeah.
I don't know why though. Like that's one of the first corners. Probably slow.
I know I saw you were jolting the steering wheel, which flicks the back end round and
Yeah, it's fun though when you do that.
Okay, practice over. Time to get serious.
For our big race, Joel and I are going to negotiate 10 laps of this icy track. And to find out who gets pole position on the starting grid, we had 3 chances to get the fastest qualifying lap time. My past experience driving was really helping me out. I'm on fire, but how was my lap time?
He did all right, didn't he? He did all right. I mean, your fastest time was your first lap, 13.6.
Yeah.
Lap 2, 13.96, then just got progressively worse, 14.01.
Yeah, but mate, my best lap's just probably a second slower than his.
Second and a half.
My go. I need to beat Andy's time of 13.6 seconds to qualify first. I've mastered my cornering, sort of, and even given Andy something to think about.
No, he's better than he says he is.
Could be either of you.
I knew he'd do this.
But have I done enough?
Andy's time was a 13.6. That's what you had to beat.
Yeah.
And you got 15.82.
That's 2 seconds.
I'm going first in the starting grid, so be prepared to eat my dust. You'll be seeing this, boy.
It's final race time. Joel de Vries versus his winter rival, Ice Andy. They are ready to burn rubber and melt ice.
May the best man win. 3, 2, 1.
And so they're off a good start and pull away there from de Vries, even time for a wave as Ice Andy takes to the second place at the start of this big race.
Oh, I can't believe I started so slowly there.
Slow it may be, but de Vries is right on his tail.
He's literally sniffing on me, honestly. Just gotta stay concentrated. I don't want him.
He's getting away from me. I now need to make it up.
De Vries has lost that early lead, and Ice Andy is really making the most of it. Into a spin from de Vries.
He's spun out.
That may be enough to take Ice Andy home.
Just let myself down, you know, and my supporters.
You're all right, come here.
A good half a track distance now, and Ice Andy is really holding this all the way through the finish line. Well done, results winner, Ice Andy.
You should have been booked for that move you did. You should have been...
Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, get in!
Cheat.
That is it.
Okay, as your loser, Joel, your forfeit is to take down all the tyres and put them away. On your own.
Well done, mate. Come on, let's go. Grab some food. Ice Andy finally gets the win. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, things to come.
You definitely cheated. Can I just say that? You cut me up, and I'm convinced that way he overtook me wasn't fair.
Don't even give that. Well, whoever loses has to wear these little beauties.
They are going to be filled with ice. It's going to be cold.
It's all going to him. OK, now join us on the next show when me and him are going to be taking on something called the broom ball. You do not want to miss it.
But if you're wondering, why are they wearing aprons? Well, it wouldn't be a Blue Peter Snow special without a Blue Peter Snow make. We're going to show you how to make snow cones. Now, you can buy them in the shops, but these ones, homemade and cost next to nothing.
Very much so. You might need an adult to help you with this one because we'll be using a blender. It's thought to have originated way back in America in the 1930s. And here's the kind of stuff you're going to need. You're going to need some ice, you're going to need some water, some sugar, some flavourings, and a blender as well.
Right, so you need to make the syrup. That was me talking like an American in the 1930s.
Like that. All right, gotcha.
So you need to put your sugar and your water in a saucepan. And you need to decide on what flavourings you want. So you could use fruit tea bags. It sounds weird, but it works. You could use food flavourings or kind of orange juice, fruit cordial, anything you want.
Well, basically for mine, I'm gonna go for the fruit tea bags.
It's
'cause I
crazy.
quite like a berry flavour, man. You like a berry flavour?
Yes,
I've got a cook singer. Okay, so basically I've got a cup of berry juice. I've taken the tea bag out, drained it. For each cup of water or juice, add 2 cups of sugar. This is very sweet. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's extremely sweet.
You are what you eat, though.
Yeah, but there's a method to my madness. What's next?
Okay, so once you've chosen your flavour, then you need to let it cool. Now, I'm going to make the same thing as you, but I'm going to make a different flavour. I'm going for the vanilla. So you need your vanilla flavouring, 1 tablespoon of. So pour that on, and then pop it in like snow. Pop it in like snow. Okay, you've got to make it cool. I can't stress that enough, otherwise it will melt the. It'll melt the ice. Now we need to make our snow. So I've got some ice cubes here. I'll put them in the blender. This actually reminds me of a good story. It was literally me. Listen, the beaver said, I ain't doing that. I'm waking here.
You're funny.
Yes, and then we need to put our syrup over. Now I've got sacked up my story. I forgot what was next. Right, so there, we're going to put the snow into a cup, and your cold syrup, all you need to do is pour it over.
Yeah, and for the syrup, put as much syrup in as you'd put into a cup of cordial or a cup of juice. I want to stick some of mine in there, some berry delights.
And then enjoy your snow cone. Oh, good. Okay. What's yours like?
I can't really taste that tea in it, but the berries aren't too bad.
Let's try.
This one, that vanilla boy. Yeah, I prefer yours,
Yeah, yours doesn't taste like tea, it tastes nice.
Yeah, I like those.
So look, you can make food out of snow, you can make art out of snow, it's so versatile. And you can either make sculptures out of snow, as I found out. You may think the Natural History Museum only contains exhibits of extinct species. Well, think again, because next to this ice rink is wildlife of a completely different nature.
On this freezing cold day in London, the first ever ice sculpting festival was taking place. The UK team, Natalie and Mick, took time out of the competition to teach me some ice sculpting techniques.
Like a block.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey. Right, this looks good. So where do I start?
Well, you need a block of ice,
Right.
as big as you can get, and some tools.
Well, I'm looking at those tools. They look pretty lethal and a tad rusty.
Yeah, well, it's metal working with water. They will go rusty a little bit, but they need to be sharp. In fact, the sharper, the safer, because you don't push as hard, so you're not likely to slip and hurt yourself.
Okay, so what's first?
Well, first of all, we want to draw the design.
Okay, so what are you going to draw?
I thought we might make a fish.
A fish?
And then we put our fin on the back.
Oh, I see.
What we're going to do is leave a block at the bottom of this fish as a base,
So it can stand.
so it'll
Yeah.
stand up.
Once you've made your drawing, do you start cutting?
Yeah.
That's a good part.
Yeah, but I think we're going to have to start with the chainsaw.
Okay, I think I'll let you do that.
It's a pretty dangerous tool, and we've been carving for 15 years.
See it taking shape?
Yeah. But I think we'd probably go in with some different tools now.
Bring on the tools!
Well, you need to put on different clothes first, or you're going to get very wet and cold.
Oh, well, I'm warmer and I feel part of the team now. And look at that, actually looking like a fish.
Yeah, this is why we wanted our chisels nice and sharp.
Oh, look at that.
You always chisel away from your body.
Away from the body.
Very important. Do you want to have a go?
Yes, I want to have a go.
Okay.
You make it look easy, it's not.
Oh, you'll get the hang of it. It's just practice.
Oh, no, it is easy. I can do this all day. But, oh. One a bit. See, now, why did I make a mistake? Like I just did then.
Oh, don't worry about that. You have to change the design.
Right, not bad.
If we had a few more hours, we could make it look really great. But we've got to go and work on our piece.
Okay.
So we've got a challenge for you.
Oh, yeah?
You're going to make a penguin out of a bigger block of ice than this. There's your picture. And at the end of the competition, it will be judged by a professional team of judges. And we'll be back to help you later.
I'm not able to do this for myself.
I'll give it a go. You'll be all right.
We'll be here right next to you.
Right, I better get cracking. Right, here goes nothing. The drawing. Remember, it needs to be big and simple. That's my penguin.
Now for the chainsaw and an expert.
So, my basic shape is here. Now for the hard bit.
I want to define the arms and the body to give it a clear shape. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. I thought it would be really easy, but it's quite, every little bit makes a massive difference. Do you know what? It's actually, I was freezing when I started and now I'm really hot. It's quite physically demanding. This doesn't look right. I'm trying to...
It's looking fantastic. Don't panic now.
Okay.
There's a long way to go. You want to give him a nice round tummy.
Okay.
Remember, you're going to keep it round here.
Oh look, it's already looking way better, just by that. She went bigger, she was like... It's not quite as good, is it? But I think I know why it's not quite right. It's because I haven't given the definition for the arm. So this needs to come round a bit. Look at mine, and look at this. That's what I'm working towards. I've got a long way to go. Right, so I've been working with some of the professionals. We've taken my basic shape, we just cleaned it up a bit, and now you can really see the penguin. So what I'm gonna do now, smooth over, make it nice and round, take off any square edges. Right, how do I do eyes?
Smaller chisel, I think.
Okay.
There we go, little by little.
Okay.
You do the other one.
They make it look so easy, but it's not. I was happily chiseling away when... Okay, I have a little issue. My eye is lower than Natalie's eye, which means I now have to change the design. I'm gonna rub it out, pretend it never happened, and start again. I've still got a lot of work to do, so I could be here for a few hours, so you guys may as well leave me be. It was the final day of the competition. The event was in full swing, but I had my own work of art to finish. Right, almost there, just putting the finishing touches on. It has been an amazing experience sharing the stage with some of the world's best ice sculptors. I just wonder what the judges are going to say about my penguin. The competition was over. Some spectacular sculptures have been created. And it was a runner-up spot for the UK team. Now it was my turn to be judged.
Joel, how many hours has this taken you to make?
It's taken a long time.
You've certainly captured him well.
Well, Joel, I think you've got the proportions really well. It's a nice natural form.
I think you've got a great sense of fun to him. Congratulations.
Right, the judges loved it, so thanks for your help. What do you think, though?
It looks great. You've really captured penguin for me.
Do I have the ability to join your team?
What do you think?
Bit of practice.
Bit of practice. Give us a ring next year.
I thought I was quite good at sculpting.
You had a bit of help. I'll let you off.
I haven't seen you sculpt anything recently.
Oh, let's not go there, man.
It is a snow special, therefore all our messages are going to be snow related. Now this is a photo of Sol, age 11, from Hereford, enjoying the snow in his garden. Good lad, Sol, using your spare time effectively.
Smartness. Right, I've got one here from Lily. Look at this. She's age 11 from Brighton. She made a polar bear in the snow with her mum. That is nice. I like that.
Better sculptor than I am.
Yeah, I know. She's got better skills.
Sisters, Madeline, age 11, and Eliza, age 6, from Cumbria, that's Helen's town, made a big snow person and a little snow person in the snow when their school was closed.
Right, look at this one. Check this photo out. And it's from Millie and Daisy having fun on a Blue Peter sledge. They said their great-granddad made the sledge after seeing how it was done on Blue Peter way back in the 1970s. After all that time, it's still working and goes really fast. Great craftsmanship. You can't beat it.
It's like Blue Peter giving you tools for life. Who knows? You could be using that recipe that we made
Snow
earlier
cone, yeah.
and making it for your grandchildren. I didn't even know England was founded in the 70s. Now, when you go sledging, you can use anything to go sledging.
Yeah.
You can use like bin liners, bin lids.
Bin lids.
I could use you.
Trees. Oh, you want to sled on me?
Don't use people.
How rude.
This one is a little bit special though. This is a Porsche sledge. Now, the car makers Porsche think they've made something quite quick and quite nimble. They say it's the quickest and nimblest around. You have to save out your pocket money. In fact, it will cost you about 200 quid, which is a lot of money. Now, if you want more snow fun, head to the Blue Peter website and play the fun snow game, Snow Way Out.
They're so good in the office, they're really smart. And also, watch us on the next show to see who wins the next point in the Winter Rifles.
Right, Andy, you ready to see who wins this sledging race?
Oh, yeah,
ready?
that's a good point.
3,
right, see you later.
2, 1, go! Bye!
Join Ian and Hacker for Tracy Beaker, then the event of the day. Yes, it's the Big Bamzooki final, all on the CBBC channel now.
What are sweets really made of? Can lunch be art? Do you eat with your ears?
Headphones on.
Sound can make food taste more intense.
And would you chow down on the King's fave sarnie? Gastronauts starts Friday at 4:35, CBBC on BBC One.